welcome to another episode of Questlog. It's a weekly show about video games old and new. My name is Tyler Everett, and I have the extreme pleasure of introducing everyone to one Zach May. How's it going, Zach?
Good, how are you doing, Tyler?
Doing all right. Zach is my brother-in-law, and he is a 3D character artist at High Res Studios, working on the game Paladins, and he happens to be in town, so we brought him on the show. It's great to have you, man.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome.
Joining us as always, the illustrious Brian Maxwell.
Guess I got bumped for someone besides Kring this week.
Yeah, at least I got
more
somebody who
palatable.
does something cool to bump you out of position 1. And rounding out the crew is Luke Phillips. How's it going, man?
Still last. Still introduced last.
Yeah, we gotta.
Things don't change.
You're our anchor, Luke. You're the one that keeps us
Yeah.
all. Keeps the
Save
ship.
the best for last, right?
That's it.
Always.
You got it. Well, it's great to have you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about yourself. What kind of games are you into? What are your?
Well, I fortunately played quite a bit of first-person shooters. Actually playing a lot of Overwatch before I got put on. I got the opportunity at High Res, and now I'm playing a decent amount of Paladins. Play quite regularly, and Battle Royale games.
Yeah.
And, Sea of Thieves, actually. Playing that one quite a bit.
Well, you're right at home here with you.
You're
Yeah,
in good
right.
company.
For some of us.
We're pretty big fans of that over here.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it goes way back. We used to play Halo 3 all the time back,
Man.
however many years ago that was.
Jeez. Yep, that was a while ago.
Spring wanted me to let everyone know that you used to be absolutely insane and playing on like a tiny little 13-inch TV or something.
Yep.
Little
Yep.
old tube TV.
Yeah, that was the size that felt better. If I played on anything too big, it was like I can't play this.
Zach was really good at that, so I think he'll be a good addition to the Sea of Thieves crew here, Luke. Have another
I'm excited.
another madman on the boat.
I like it.
Need to find a crew. My former crew. We had PC issues.
Oh yeah.
So yep. Kinda out of it for a bit.
So how long have you been at High Res now?
I started last year in January. I've been there about a year and a half.
Cool. Before that, you were at Strength in Numbers Studios out
Yep.
of Lansing.
I'm actually working with a couple of people from that studio now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what's it like making games now that you grew up playing them and now you get to
Yeah.
be a part of making them? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a really cool job. Being a character artist, I'm working with the concept artist, the art director, really closely, back and forth with our rigging team and animation, make sure everything's working right. A lot of back and forth, a lot of things that I'll mess up on and have to fix. I talk to a rigger, it's like, oh man, I totally messed that up, didn't I? And spend a day fixing it. So, but
cool.
no, it's a lot of fun. Everybody I work with they're all really cool.
Nice. So you did actual characters then, right?
Yeah, I do the 3D model portion of it. So I get the concept and I'll sculpt that and then do all the low poly and get that made for rigging. All the texturing. So the model you actually play in game is what I.
So approximately how many hours would go into a single model?
It can
Just
vary.
your son.
The last one I did, that was be about 120 hours.
Oh wow.
About 3 weeks.
So it takes quite a while to actually flesh out an entire character in their model then.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The process is still pretty involving. And that's not even counting the amount of time that it takes to get the concepts, for the concept guys to do all the approval, and then for us to take it, model it out, and then getting it next departments.
Huh.
It can take quite a while. Okay.
Not just pushing a button to add it to the game. Huh?
No, definitely not. I wish.
Right.
There are a lot of programs that try to do some stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it's not the same as getting in there and just sculpting it up from scratch.
What was your favorite character to work on?
Well, they're all. That's a tough question because I've had a lot of fun. Like I find something new and interesting every character I've worked on. Always try to like approach something and learn something new on them. So the one I just did was a lot of fun. I think it was one of it's the Demon at Maeve, and that one was interesting because haven't worked on that much of a female character since I've been there. It's been just kind of a variety of male characters and some mounts and stuff. So this one was a lot of fun.
Nice.
She's cool. I played a little bit of Paladins today and got in, and there's like they have a like themed event going on right now that introduces a new character, and so like there's a whole skin pack of all these characters that are kind of around the same like theme and design, and it's cool to see that. Is that like, are you guys trying to do that more often now? Like when you release skin packs, are they kind of like they have like a theme
like
stuff?
the past two we did Siege of Ascension Peak, and then the Rise of Fury event. It's something that we're having a lot of fun with. Everything's a little bit more focused. You know, like we had the Demon at Maeve, we had Tyra, Angelic Tyra, Indrox is kind of the fallen angel. In trouble if I forget one.
We won't hold it against you.
Oh, and then we had the Drogos because we did the Abyss Lord and then Fury.
Oh, cool.
So,
yeah. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, but then everybody just really killed it on that expansion, but the patch.
Yeah. It's a cool event.
Nice.
Yeah, I flip through your art station every once in a while. And
Oh my gosh,
some, like,
it's so old.
Really cool stuff on there though.
Yeah. The only reason I even have the Demon at Maeve is because we were like, it was an ask from my lead to get some shots so we could get some stuff posted on our social media. I wanted, and I'm trying to get around to doing more of the stuff I've worked on.
Yeah.
Been busy.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, you guys are High Res has got to be hopping right now because you guys just put out Realm Royale.
Yep.
Paladins just came to the Switch. Like.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's sometimes hard to keep track of. It's like
You guys are busy.
I actually found out from Tyler that Paladins was on the Switch already. I was like, oh wait, did that happen?
Yeah, it's kind of like you have to get the Founders Pack, which is a pretty cool deal too. It's $30 and you get every character that's in the game plus any future characters. Plus there's some skins that are included.
That's awesome.
I pulled the trigger on it because I played it for the first time today in a little while and I'm digging it and was like, that seems like a good deal, and there's a lot of cool different characters in there. It does feel a lot like it's funny because when Paladins went into open beta, I want to say it was like right before Overwatch came out. Yeah. And I remember like being super hyped for Overwatch and not really like it kind of looks like a similar thing, but they're very different games.
They
like
play a lot different.
Yeah, and I was super duper into Heroes of the Storm at the time, so it came out at kind of like this weird time where I had this MOBA I was into, but I was also looking for a shooter. Now I'm not really playing anything like that, and I fired up Paladins and was like, okay, this is kind of combining those I really like. There's definitely, you know, like the abilities and things that they have feel very much straight out of a MOBA. Yeah. And even more than
cooldowns and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Cooldowns, like area of effect stuff. I was playing Bronk, I think it is. Yeah. He's got like a shaman type kit. He's got a lightning staff, and then he can drop down this healing totem that circle on the ground that everyone can stand in and get up. And Yeah, I was really digging it, like having that portable on the go to just pick up and do a match or whatever whenever.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I need
gonna
to.
be pretty
I still
cool.
need to get a Switch, but that would be cool.
it's a
Yeah, I actually did the rework of Grok.
yeah.
So hopefully you liked it.
I did. I liked it quite a bit. I think he's awesome. That's
Davey did a good job on the concept.
So how much of that, like, so when you guys go through and rework a character, like, when that's, do you guys like rework the kit and stuff too, and then
That depends.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how we're doing stuff like that moving forward now,
Yeah.
but in the past it's been it's just depends on how the character is. We
Gotcha.
decide to do. So like Victor, we just did the rework for him. His kit stayed the same, but we wanted to kind of pull his character model up a little closer to some of the other ones.
it's cool. So you do like you just do like a full pass and like you do the skins that they have available and stuff, or is like the whole like actual base character model gets redone? And
For the most part, it's just kind of the base.
Yeah.
We try to leave some of the older stuff in there. He rides the same rig, so we are able to keep.
okay, cool.
I know with Heroes, some of the older characters, you can really tell just like the polish on the new characters versus the old ones.
Yeah.
There's some where it's just like, Arthas really doesn't look good next to the the new ones that are coming out.
Yeah, for sure. I remember when we were super into, like every
Yeah.
week it didn't matter what was
Lich
on.
King's a goddamn goofball.
Didn't matter what the post was in the subreddit. I would manage to work in like also redo Arthas, make him look better.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of that like just comes down to time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Not a priority.
Yeah. And the amount of man hours that goes into it. A lot of teams that have to touch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it comes down to too. There's like back in redoing old characters versus like pushing out new stuff.
Yep.
Everyone's looking for
Are we-
cranking
yeah.
stuff out, you know, as quick as you
Are we gonna see like any kind of like a cash return on those
Yeah.
hours?
Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll just hop into what we've all been playing this week. Oh man, Brian, you know I like to start
man.
with you. What have you been playing this
Luke's
week?
last again.
Well, I finished Moss on the old PlayStation
Oh.
VR.
The game was good.
It's awesome,
It's
Zach.
gorgeous, yeah. I'm sure part of this is just me being 40 and like VR being a new way to play games for me, but it was really just gorgeous, like a magical experience. It's so cool to be able to stand up and look around and hey, what's over there? I guess I'll crane my head and see.
Yeah.
Quill's adorable.
That was the first VR thing that I did. Borrowed Aaron's PSVR and PlayStation, all that stuff, and there was a demo for Moss on there, so I
Really?
figured I'd try it. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's just like you do feel like you're looking, you're there, you're watching this little mouse, run around on your screen, and there's a moment pretty early on in the demo where like you can like she's kind of like waving at you and like getting really close to the camera, and you can reach out and give her a little fist bump or a little high five or whatever. And I was just
That's
like,
awesome.
oh, this is the best thing. But yeah, like you're actually controlling with the PlayStation controller. You're controlling what's her name again?
Quill.
Quill.
Yeah.
Running her around and like climbing through the platforms and fighting this stuff. But then you can also reach the controller in your hand out and like act with stuff. So you use the triggers to pull these blocks out or to
Right.
pick
There's
stuff
puzzles
up
in
and
the
drag it
game.
around.
Yep.
Yeah, the one that it showed me was like this cylindrical column that raise up out of the ground and then spin different sections of it around to get her through it. And it was like there's this moment where you can't really see what you're supposed to do, but if you lean in, you can kind of get a good angle and see like, oh, that little corridor actually curves around to the back. So I just a little bit more, and now I can walk her through there. Pretty awesome.
Stumbled on the Twitter, and I feel really bad for not remembering the artist, but the animations on the mouth, incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very endearing, and
Yeah.
you know, like if that part of it doesn't work, then the game doesn't work. But it works. You know, every time she dies, I kind of let out this little involuntary gasp. Like I accidentally walked her into the
Did you
water and she
feel for
drowned.
it?
I'm just like, oh god.
Yeah, the whole design is pretty neat. I don't know if you can upgrade her weapons and stuff, but during the demo, she was wearing this cool leaf gauntlet and it had like kind of a leaf blade sword.
Yeah.
Just looks really cool. Had this neat vibe to it.
Design like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when I finished it, it said I finished book 1, so
Oh, cool.
hopefully more on the way. Like it's short, and I expect most VR games to be short. I can only imagine how much work goes into, you know, creating all the art for that. It's got to be orders of magnitude more than just a regular game, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, but so definitely
Finish
I recommend.
most.
I can jump
Yeah.
on the bandwagon there and say like definitely check that out if you have the means.
Yep, I've been playing some Thumper in VR. Got back into that. That seems to be an easier game to play in VR than, you know, just with a controller for me.
Oh really?
Yeah, something about all the things flying right at me helps make the timing a lot easier. It's like,
Swat
okay, when
'em
it hits
easier or
me,
whatever.
yeah, so
Is that what you're
Yeah,
doing? Do you use the
Thumpers.
controllers to like hit stuff, or are you just pressing buttons?
just the regular old controller.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Like it controls just the same in VR as it does outside of, but yeah, I've got the earbuds in, and it's this wonderful sonic nightmare hellscape, and
This
a lot of
I'm-
percussion. I think you'd dig it, Tyler.
this might be the thing in VR that triggers my like motion sickness though for sure. Like,
Huh? Yeah, I didn't
Running from the
experience
trash
that at
can.
all.
yeah. So I'm right there.
There's a
I
demo.
want to check it out.
There's a
Sure.
demo. Yeah, check it out. Like you play the drums, so I think that part of it will work for you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I haven't had a whole lot of PSVR time. I did
hmm
I did try Skyrim out. I played a little bit of the
How's that?
Skyrim.
Yeah,
How'd that work for you?
that's a little rough.
Well,
You can tell it wasn't designed
yeah,
VR in mind
yeah.
Or-
I
this year.
yeah, it doesn't look
Nothing
great.
against Skyrim.
It doesn't look great anymore.
Starting
they-
to show its age. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's always looked pretty good on my computer, but I've mods and stuff that help it along with that.
Yeah.
The special edition that came out like last year, the year before, I can't remember, but that definitely helped it out a lot too. They baked in a lot higher
Mhm.
resolution texture. You know, a lot of fixes and stuff like that came. So this doesn't have any of that.
Yep.
Skyrim VR is just the old crusty ass Skyrim with
It's vanilla
PlayStation
Skyrim?
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, yep.
Okay.
So it doesn't look great.
7-year-old ass Skyrim.
Yeah.
The landscapes still look
Pretty
okay.
Yeah.
They look nice. The people, the character models do not.
I couldn't grab any gameplay footage of it because for some reason capture card doesn't like the PlayStation VR headset at all. Like freak try to grab any game, but there was I have the Move controllers as well, but only one of them was charged, and I think the game was like registering that I had one of them connected or something like that because I was using the regular PlayStation 4 controller, but one of the glowy dildo controllers was just appearing in front of my face. So imagine, I'm in a 3D space and all of a sudden all you can see is this when you're moving your character around. It's just like
Just
a
right
dildo
there.
right about that length, and so I would like have to try to like lean in to get past it like that.
Oh man.
Gotcha.
It was very
I didn't know what you meant. Yeah, you're like, I'm getting sick of this dildo in my face. And that wasn't the game I played at all, but
Skyrim is a lot weirder than I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, just imagine trying to play with like looking around something like this, just sticking in front of your face the whole time. Fixed position. It's awkward. So yeah, my first venture into Skyrim wasn't the greatest.
Next
Yeah.
time.
Next time, I'm gonna try it with the actual controller, see if it's any good. I don't know. We'll see. My hopes are not high. But, what else you been playing, Brad?
the other thing I've been playing a lot of is Yoku's Island Express.
Have heard of such things.
It's
This is
pretty
the
wonderful.
it's the Metroidvania type thing, but with pinball messed into it.
Yeah. Yep. If you smash some pinball into your Metroidvania, this is what you'd have.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things.
Yeah. It feels like a Nintendo game. It's very colorful. Like it's got almost like the like Donkey Kong Country kind of tropical island feel to it. A lot of like light and airy music. Yeah, it's super fun. Like I don't know, probably 20% of it's pinball stuff, maybe.
Okay.
Like there aren't full boards really. Just there are like flippers around the world that you use to kind of get around and get into places and get into trouble.
This particular section looks like a board.
Mm-hmm.
But so like
Yeah.
then you'd move out of this area and it would be more of a
Yeah.
side scrolling platform.
Yep, and there's no jumping. So
Oh.
anytime you're going off the ground, it's going to be by flippers for the most part.
Huh.
A lot of people that need shit from you, a lot of little tasks to get fulfilled. It feels just real light and fun and non-serious. I know I just lost you there, Tyler, but
No, you didn't. I I can deal with light and fun.
you're a monster.
Having this discussion offline about how apparently, I'm dead inside and I can't engage with anything that's just light and childlike. Not true.
No,
Isn't it though?
I get it.
Did you pay $60 for this game, Brian?
No, I think I paid like 12.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm really saying. Is that most of these types of games are worth about $12-15 to me, not $60.
Well,
It
also feels very different. It's not, just a like colorful platformer. Like it's got its own unique spin, its own unique take on things that I like a lot. So
That's pretty unique. That's pretty cool. I like it. So what kind of power-ups do you get then?
I got one that lets you go underwater. There's this like network of cannons that let you kind of fast travel around the map in a real fun way. Kind of like slingshot yourself around the map. That kind of thing. There's these little slugs you find that you can like suck them up and then they explode when you crash into things with them.
That's weird.
there's a kitty cat inside of a fish.
I
Yeah.
just realized
Yep.
that.
That's one way to become a mermaid. Just stuff yourself inside a fish's mouth.
Hey, that's how it happens. It's science.
Prove it's not.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, this is a real joyous, fun little game, and I do believe it's on the old Nintendo Switch.
Old?
You're playing it on the PC.
The old Switch, yeah.
Well, Luke, what about you? What you been playing?
Well, played a little bit of Sea of Thieves this week.
You don't say.
Yup. Spoiler alert. It was real good.
Yeah, we had some fun, man.
So they had new content come out this week. Skeleton Thrones, which is part of their 2-week events that they're going to be releasing.
I don't think they hammered down an exact amount of time. Like this one, they decided to go for 2 weeks. I think originally they were planning on 1. But
I think they're going to probably just wing it for the foreseeable future because they're not sure how it's all going to play out.
They call them. They have a name for them now, though. These are Bilge Rat Adventures. Now,
Yes.
so
Whole new faction, Bilge Rats.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the whole premise is that on 10 different islands, there's just little chairs essentially that you need to find a way to get to them. Usually they're in a high up area, kind of out of the way, and just do the sit emote. And once you do it, you get some currency and you go on to the next one.
Yep, it's they call them Bilge Rat doubloons or something like that.
Yep, doubloons.
But yeah, it's a new type of currency that it looks like it will carry over from event to event. So if you have any banked up that didn't use this one, you'll presumably be able to use that for the next introduce. So they have, aside from like a time limited cosmetic that you can get, there are trade those doubloons in for gold or for like the letters of recommendation from the different existing faction game. So you want to trade it in for some Merchant Alliance rep, Order of Souls. Yeah, it just is kind of like a neat little distraction, little something different to do while you're sailing the seas and sinking boats and doing
Yeah,
voyages.
5 of them you can do solo, and 5 of them require someone from a different crew to be sitting down at the same time as you. So there's a bit of teamwork and cooperation that you're forced to do, which some people are enjoying. You know, they like that, you know, having to find other people to work with. Other people, not so much. So when I did it, I ended up doing 9 out of 10 and got to the 10th one. And a galleon rolls up and decides that they want to be not so friendly towards the rest of us. And
that doesn't.
Yeah, that's well, let's just say I had to go and sink them, and then we could finish up the 10th one. So.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're adding just these little events that you can do, and it just kind of breaks up, you know, Skull Forts and PvP action. And they added 3 new items. There's the bone jacket, dress, and hat that you can get out of it as well. And it's supposed to be limited time items. I'm assuming there's going to be a full set with legs and hooks, peg legs, stuff like that.
See, they haven't really dropped any hint at what the next event's going to be yet. So who knows if it's going to keep that same thing or not, but I'm excited. Like it's cool to see. Like they had a pretty big presence at E3. They announced their next 2 expansions. Content drops, really, I guess. DLC drops, and
which we've heard of them before, but they had a really cool trailer that combined both of those together. It's like Cursed Sails and Forsaken Shore, I think it is.
Yep.
So
that was a cool trailer.
Yeah, that was awesome. That voice acting was good bit of comedy in there. That was awesome.
The crab made it back. That's a fan favorite. Subreddit is going crazy trying to get people trying to get the crabs in the game. So.
Yeah, so Cursed Sails is supposed to introduce skeleton ships. So actually AI-controlled ships into the world was something that they decided they, at one point, they didn't want to do. They wanted so that any ship you see on the horizon, you knew was going to be controlled by people. And it kind of went back on that to where now it can be actually AI-controlled.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
The way they described it sounds really cool. They've said like this skeleton ship will come bursting up out of the water, and then like you have to fight it.
Very Pirates of the Caribbean feel to it.
Awesome. I haven't played in a while, but this has been one of my favorite games I've played in a long time. Just the amount of jaw dropping, like things that have happened to me in this game, where it's like, that actually happened. Has been awesome.
Yeah, we have some videos we'll share with you.
Awesome.
What?
Get a good group of friends and have a couple of drinks and
play. That's how we play it too.
It's a great weekend night.
We get pretty serious about
we get some heated moments, that's for sure. Well, once it's all said and done, we're like, yeah, great job.
That's how it is with the crew I was playing with for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And
Uh-huh.
we would get pretty serious, just yelling, "Adjust the sails!"
A couple
Guess
nights
I'll
ago,
do the sales by myself, guys.
Yep. Get all salty about it.
one guy's drunk and just puking all over everybody.
Yeah.
Like, okay, come on.
Trying to run
Get
away
your
from
shit
him.
together.
Yep.
So they did confirm a 3-man ship, which is something I've been wanting for a long, long time. I can't
Yeah.
wait for that. It's going to be a nice change between just the 2-man sloop and the 4-man galleon. So that'll be great.
The galleon's annoying to try to captain when you're with only
Mhm.
3 people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's tough. We have to
It's a lot of work.
we end up with 3 a lot of the time.
It's just a pain.
You have to really, really have your roles down and
Mhm.
stick to them, because if one person isn't contributing or isn't doing
Yeah.
their job, then it all falls apart pretty. Yeah.
So this said rowboats were coming.
Rowboats should be in Forsaken Shores.
Really?
That,
So Forsaken Shores is supposed to
busy
be
week
more
last
like
week. I
a
missed a lot.
volcanic island.
yeah.
What about the volcanic island?
It's supposed to be Forsaken Shores. It's
Okay.
just supposed to go to a volcano, essentially.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It sounds like you may need to use a rowboat to get yourself there.
Yeah, the way they were
Sweet.
describing it was like you wouldn't be able to anchor right next to the right next to the
Southern part.
island, because it's an active volcano and it's like spewing these rocks and stuff out. So
Wow.
you'll have to anchor further out and then take a rowboat in to
Mhm.
get to the island. Yeah, like they were talking about different ways that they were planning on people using it, like for solo sloopers, and row your boat into shore and then load all your treasure and loot and stuff up on that, so you only have to make a 1 trip back to the boat.
Okay.
It's not, when you're playing solo right now, that's pretty annoying, like having to try to like if you get a gold hoarders quest that has like 7 chests, and now you gotta dig them all up and
Yeah.
get them all to the boat, and then keep coming back and forth.
Yeah.
This way you just make 1 trip to
Mhm.
the shore and then get it all.
Okay.
Some cool stuff, some neat
Yeah,
like
that's
quality
really
of
good
life
idea.
changes
Yep.
and new tools to use. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait to get you in with us, man. That'll be awesome.
I know.
Usually-
I'm excited.
That's gonna be great.
Can't wait to get back.
I was like, I thought this was such a niche thing that just the few of us liked, and
Hmm.
hearing that other people dig it too.
A lot of us were playing it at the office. I was always talking about it. Well, got busy, put it down for a bit. Couple guys started playing some other things, and then another guy I was playing a lot with. He had a computer issue, so
I don't know what that's like.
yeah, he just got that fixed right before I left. But
Nice.
Anything else, Luke?
Well, there was a little bit of a surprise announcement at E3 this week, which we'll discuss more in depth later on. But was watching the Nintendo Direct conference, and they had a nice little presentation for a little game called Hollow Knight,
Yeah.
and it released on the eShop the exact same day. So finally, about 8 months of waiting has paid off, and I finally have Hollow Knight on the Switch, and it is fantastic.
It is that.
The art style, the music, the tone, the movement. This is just, if you take Super Metroid, turn it into underground sad Beatles,
Yup.
and made the controls actually good, it's Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Yep. It's very tight. Controls are very
Yep.
tight.
I was really surprised too. The Switch version runs at flawless 60 frames.
Oh, that was the whole
really
delay,
good.
was getting it to run at 60 frames for like the last 6 months. That's supposed to be everything they were working on, and honestly, I think they delivered.
So far, I
And-
haven't run into any bugs that aren't creepy crawly kind.
But you ran into plenty of bugs.
Yep.
But I was honestly surprised at the price. So this is the original game plus all of the DLC for it. And there was no additional Switch tax, as we call it, or Nintendo tax. $15
Yep.
download. That's a hell of a deal.
Yeah. Those DLC packs were not paid DLC either. Like
Right.
those were free updates on the PC version as well, I believe. But yeah, it's
Is this
still good
is this
value.
my old footage, Tyler?
It is, yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
it's been a while.
Some
I
art
didn't
style.
I didn't grab any new any new stuff from the Switch yet, but yeah, old, old playthroughs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this on the Pro controller feels so good.
Yeah,
Pro
and
controller is amazing for the Switch.
I haven't tried it with the Pro controller yet, but I can say that even with the Joy Cons, it still feels super tight. Um, I'm surprised at like how quickly I was able to jump back into it and just like, yep, pick up, right at the start and not even I don't know, like I didn't feel rusty. I felt like I was still able to pull off what I was able to before, but I didn't have all the power ups, so that part did
Uh-huh.
feel a little bit weird. Um, but yeah, I think just the right amount of time has passed. I'm ready to dive straight back. 100% this game.
I think I'm gonna wait. They're supposed to release Hornet as a playable character, and I love me some Hornet, so I think that's when I'm gonna come back to it.
Well, there's supposed to be a new free DLC, Gods and Glory, I think it's called.
Yeah,
That's supposed to be coming out. And has it been confirmed that Hornet's going to be in that one or a later DLC?
no, I think that's
It's
gonna
the
be
fourth
like
one.
next year.
Okay.
the the art style is something that people like. I've heard a couple of people complain about, which I don't understand
They're
because I
dumb.
think it's just gorgeous. Like I've heard a couple of people drop that it looks like a Flash, and
The
think-
bugs themselves, like they look very, very different from the way all the backgrounds and everything's done. So I can get that complaint, even if I
Yeah.
don't share it. Like it's kind of a jarring difference.
I think that's kind of like the charm of it, though, the simplicity. Like
Yeah.
earlier today, I just sat on a bench, which is like a save point, and my bug was looking at me with just its black, dead, sad eyes, and I was like,
Yep.
"There's just something endearing about it." It was just like this
Yeah,
poor little beetle man, like
Yeah.
he's just sitting here looking at me, and it's like it's just such a cool little thing. I played it on PC a while back and knew this was a game that I wanted on a console because reasons, and it delivered. Just a great little game, and I find myself just getting lost constantly,
Yeah,
not knowing where I'm supposed to be going. There's no direction in this game. If
nope,
you're
just look at the map and haven't been there yet.
yeah, but like if you need your handheld at all, this is not the game for you because it's not going to show you where to go.
I put, gosh, I don't even know how many hours into this thing on PC, and I still get lost. It's such a huge map. There's so many places to go, and do a lot of backtracking, a lot of revisiting old places, power ups. It's got all those
Yep.
same things, and
It's got a lot of personality. The world's like, there's not a lot of story to it, but like it leaves a lot of hints.
what's there is really, really well done. It's really,
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing feels handcrafted.
City of Tears. I love it.
Yep. Time you go there, everything. It's just raining all the time, and they explain
Uh-huh.
it. They explain it like there's cracks in the concrete and the rocks and stuff above, and they're not really sure what it is, but there's just always water coming through it. So,
Huh.
they just
Spoilers.
it's one line of dialogue. You'll get there. But yeah, it's just it's a really neat world. The whole thing's really cool.
Oh, is that the dream world that I used the dream nail there?
You're nailing somebody in their dreams right now.
Nice.
Dream eyeball.
That's hot. Yeah, the past few weeks I've been, talking about Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, and how it's a great platformer and really fun. And I got this game, and I was kind of like, man, I should just turn in Donkey Kong and just get some sort of credit for it because this is vastly superior for a fraction of the price.
I'm glad it's landing so well for you, Luke.
Yeah.
Brad and I have been championing this thing. I don't
Mhm.
even know how long now. Back in January of 2017 was when it came out.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I started playing it around March. like that. I finally caved in.
You tried to hold out.
It's like, man, I was watching Team Cherry's Twitter every day, refreshing, like, is the Switch version out yet? Now we can. It is.
Yep, I was like, you know what, Tyler, why don't you just play it for an hour? Then stop. That's all you need, just an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, just the tip, and then we go home. That's it.
Yeah, I think you did that, and then it was like
60 hours later.
I was like 3 hours in, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, Brian,
Yep.
I don't
Yeah,
think
you'd
I'm
come
gonna
into
stop
work.
playing this game.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, it's probably
Did
the
you
most
forget to
Super
log out of
Metroid.
Hollow Knight, or were you still playing at 5:30 this morning?
Yes. It's probably the most Super Metroid game you can get without actually being Super Metroid. If they could just put Hollow Knight in space.
See, I'm the exact opposite. Like, just I want to be a little bug with a sword.
Yep.
Yeah, what about a bug in a spacesuit?
No, see, it doesn't. I mean,
Yeah, you just want the sword.
I'd still play it, but.
What about a bug Viking?
All right.
Oh shit! Now you're talking. You're speaking my bug language.
So I'll be playing this quite a bit. It's one of those games where I can't just like devote a whole afternoon to, but I feel very comfortable picking up for like an hour, hour and a half, and exploring a new area, finding a new bench to save my game at, and feeling good about it. It's like, okay, like I've found this whole new area. It's all mapped out.
Yeah, and the cool thing is you can just lock the Switch wherever you are and then pick up where you left off the next time you get to play.
We've mentioned it multiple times, but that's still just a sweet feature of the Switch is just go back to the home screen, put it to sleep. Next time you play, press A, you're right back into the game in a half a second.
Stuff, man. Well, I think Zach and I's game is pretty similar. This week. I did play a lot of Hollow Knight, played a lot of Sea of Thieves. I also, once Zach got a chance to play a little Realm Royale.
This game,
Realm Royale.
Oh, not Realm.
It is Hi-Rez's take on the Battle Royale game, and it's pretty cool. Like I've played Fortnite, I've played PUBG. Neither of those are really my jam. I definitely like to play games that are in a fantasy setting more than anything else. So this is right up my alley. You get to pick a class when you first start, so that's kind of the big difference that I found so far. But yeah, so I tried out Warrior and ran around and played poorly for a couple rounds. That got to watch me embarrass myself.
It took me a while to get the hang of it. Also, I did not work on this.
Right.
We had a lot of awesome people working on it. Some similar things to Paladins, but yeah, the team working on it, they've done an awesome job in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Last time you were home, which was like I don't remember.
It was January.
Back in January.
Yeah, this year.
We were talking, and you're like, yeah, we got this new game mode. It's about Battle Royale thing inside of Paladins, and I remember that was available to like beta test for a little while.
They were demoing it at HRX, and I think it was on PTS for a minute. And they decided it would be done better if we would just do it as a standalone game. Great job. And was it 6 months? 6 months ago. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. So they split it off. It's its own game now. It's kind of like in the same universe and stuff, I'm guessing, or
yeah,
somewhat. But yeah,
not really the best person to ask about questions because
you don't know the full lore of all the games.
Zach, right now,
I know
all the characters.
I'm the worst employee.
I need the whole.
I need the backstory. Come on.
But yeah, it's cool. Like they have some features that are pretty different from the other Battle Royale games that you might have played. I found out that when you die, you don't die, you turn into a chicken.
Oh.
And you have to run around as like a little chicken, and if you don't get killed, you get a chance to respawn.
You can actually do that 3 times.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The arcadiness of this is definitely kind of my jam, because that's something I played a lot of Fortnite, And anytime I try to play with friends, it was always frustrating when I'd die.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I just gotta wait. Now you actually have the opportunity to come back.
That's cool.
I was chasing around this chicken. I'm like, I don't know. Did I make this chicken happen? Like, I was not sure.
Did I polymorph this guy?
Yeah, I was like,
I'm not a mage.
is he my pet? Did I just like? I don't understand what
Yeah.
happened. And so I just gave up and ran away. And Zach's like, "Oh no! Once you get him, you gotta get him." Now.
Yeah,
He's
you
a
gotta
chicken."
finish him off. Yeah, one of my buddies, he was playing it, and he was like, "Yeah, at first I thought there was a chicken gun, because that's actually where the chicken comes from. Is the idea was that there's a Pip, one of the characters in Paladins, his ultimate is like an AOE ability that turns everybody into chickens,
Nice.
and so."
Oh, there's chicken.
And actually, my buddy Steve on the Paladins team, he did the chicken when it was in Paladins.
Oh,
So
Steve
that's
did a
his
great
handiwork.
job.
Yeah. And
Shout out to Steve.
yep, and Brian was the concept artist on it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I like the 5 or 10 minutes of each of these matches that I played was like way more fun than other battle royale
Yeah.
stuff I've ever played.
It gets
So,
really interesting.
I'm definitely gonna check more of that.
Part of
That's
it,
pretty
and being a chicken is fun. Like our animation team,
Yeah.
like when you're sitting there, the chicken's just like shaking and the eyes twitching. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm just enjoying watching this. And the music is.
Is the hitbox a lot smaller on the chicken? Are you harder
think
to hit?
so, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
there's
would think
even
so.
some things you can do with it. Like you can jump through the windows. People are getting real good on Twitch. They're running and just jumping right through the windows. And as a human, you have to like run around and
Huh.
chase them. And they
Nice.
can watch some of the streamers, and they're just way better than I'm ever gonna be.
Pro chicken players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a new mode idea. Everyone spawns in, all chickens.
It's a chicken.
It's just all chickens.
Yep.
Chicken Royale.
Give them a peck feature.
Yeah, there
Yep.
you go. Yeah.
Jeez.
You're getting
You
it.
heard it here first.
They can shoot eggs out the back of them. That's the projectile. You gotta
Yep. Landmines.
Tell everyone at High Res that I need a job. I'll work for cheap.
High res, high res.
Cheap.
We might have some spots opening.
There you go. Chicken Royale. Heard it here first. I also tried out Paladins. I figured, I can't have my brother-in-law in here, and I haven't like at least checked out some of the new stuff in Paladin, and
That's right.
was surprised by this too. So, trying to decide what to play. I was kind of like searching through the different characters and stuff, and I saw they have an event going on right now. And I'm guessing it's to introduce this new character, Furia.
Yep. Actually, Steve, the same guy who did the chicken, also did Furia.
Don't get rid of
The
Steve.
chicken guy?
No,
Steve's great.
Steve does some awesome work.
But yeah, it's cool. Like I spawned in. I didn't really know what I was doing at all because I hadn't played this game in probably a year. And there's like this whole cool cinematic that comes in. This giant purple dragon demon comes flying in, and everybody, like both teams, have to ascend through this like platforming section
Mhm.
and destroy these crystals. And once that happens, it goes into a different phase, and then it's like a normal match. You're fighting against the other team. Yeah, like you see, I'm very confused. I'm like trying to shoot the other team and
Why
stuff in
are
front of
they
me. I'm
not
like, he's not
dying?
taking any damage. What's
Yeah.
everybody doing? Why are we all just running?
Yeah.
I was very confused. But it's awesome. It's like a really cool thing that changes up the whole flow of what you'd expect to be playing in a first. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of fun introducing content in a different way.
Yeah.
These past couple patches, we've all been having fun. And like I said, it's always kind of you don't have a ton of time, so
Mm-hmm.
it's impressive what people manage to get done in short amounts of time. Our environment artists and everybody in general has just been.
I ended up buying it on my Switch because I was like, man,
Awesome.
this is. I could definitely see myself getting way into this, and also being able to again play it on the go and just sneak a match in here or there whenever I have spare 15, 20 minutes. Like,
Now, do you know, like, is it your same account that you're signing in on the PC and the Switch, so you have access in both, or?
well, Brian,
Nah.
I think so. I think so.
I believe it should be.
Yeah.
I would expect so
We have
because
the
like
high-res client.
Yeah.
right,
No,
it's like I'd assume you have to sign into your account, like your high-res account,
Yeah, I
to
think
play,
so.
That's what I
because
was
that's what got Fortnite in trouble,
Uh-huh.
Oh, they
or I
have
should
two
say Sony
accounts.
in trouble this week. Yeah,
Oof.
Sony apparently doesn't want to do the whole crossplay. Played Fortnite on your PS4, can't go play it on the Switch with the same account. Apparently,
Oh.
it like
Yeah.
locks it out. So, yeah, haven't run into any problems there yet. Paladins, but yeah, interesting.
I think that's part of the benefit of being in first place is they don't have to, worry about playing nice with others, but it's not a good look either.
Yeah, it doesn't make them look very good at all.
Nope.
It's, you don't win any favors doing that.
Just, when Microsoft is in last place, of course, they're like, we want everyone to play together. It's like, yeah, of course you do.
Did you listen
Loser.
to? Did you listen to the interview with Phil Spencer?
Phil Spencer? Not yet.
It's funny because they address that. Like,
Yeah, I'll bet.
there's Giant Bomb. Jeff Gerstmann, Giant Bomb did an interview with Phil Spencer from Xbox, and they kind of talked about that. Like, he's like, I hear that criticism a lot. Like, oh yeah, well, if you guys were doing that stuff either, and he's like,
Who knows?
He's like maybe
Phil Spencer seems like a good guy.
Yeah,
he seems like a genuinely good guy.
I listened to that whole interview, and he sounded very sincere in saying like, really genuinely just wants gaming to grow. That is his main goal. And then you look at stuff that they've been doing, like accessibility controller, making that thing just $100 and like saying flat out like, we want this to work with everything. If you want to develop stuff for it, like, get in contact with us. Like, we're not looking to make money off this thing. It's just something cool that they're trying to do. All game.
Microsoft's doing everything right now.
Yeah,
with the Xbox.
I feel like that's not something they're going to be making money.
No,
It's just a cool thing to do, and so when he says stuff like that, I feel like it does hold some weight. I feel like you can probably believe him when he says, hey, we would be doing this.
How weird is that to say that Microsoft is doing everything right with the Xbox?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I mean, they've got to right the ship. It's, they need to be doing things right because they've been in a bad way for a while, I feel.
Yeah, this generation was not kind to them with some of the decisions they made, but
nope.
I really like the Windows 10 cross play feature, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like if some of their titles are on Xbox, you can get it for the Windows 10 on the Microsoft Store. That's exactly how Sea of Thieves is, and the cross play is fantastic. I love that.
I didn't even realize that when I started playing Sea of Thieves, and then had a couple of console buddies who were joining in with us. Awesome, being able to play with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lead lunchbox in the chat he'll join up with us in Sea of Thieves. He's on Xbox and we're on PC, and that's just fantastic.
Yeah,
they have that freedom.
Really glad they did make it so that console players can adjust the sensitivity on their weapons, because I did feel like I was at a major advantage playing PC. You jump onto a galley and it's like, I'm just smoking you guys.
Yeah,
you're
like, running
you are
circles
all
around
Xbox players, aren't you? You can't hit me.
Well, yeah, and this has got crossplay with Xbox as well. So the Nintendo Switch version and Xbox One are crossplay. I think that's pretty cool. I'm sorry you're having to watch me play the guy that you reworked here so poorly, but yeah, I was to bring it back to Paladins, man. I had a lot of fun playing this. It's
awesome.
It's definitely filling the MOBA gap that I have in my life right now. I haven't been playing Heroes anymore. I've kind of fallen out of love with that game, and this is pretty cool.
Ended up like when I first started playing it. This was back before I was interviewing for the job. usually not a big fan of like complicated systems, like the card systems in some games.
Yeah.
I tried playing Paragon, and that was just way too much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started playing these systems. But after learning it and how simple it actually was, you can get some really fun variation to your game.
It reminds me of the talent system in Storm. You're kind of doing these builds to say like, okay, I want to focus on like healing or focus on damage. And it lets you put together a build in the same way. Cool. Yeah. Well, hey, let's jump right into the news. This. All right, hey, E3 happened, guys.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We've talked a little bit about it, but yeah, how is it working? I'm sure you had a whole team of people over at E3. Is there was the office
did.
crazy?
Yeah, there was a lot of talk, and unfortunately, like I've been really busy, like trying to get a new champion done before I made this trip, and so I was
say
just
who it is?
no, I can't.
Damn.
I don't think so.
World exclusive, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo,
I had to try. I'm sorry.
I think you'll see soon. I don't remember the dates again. Very focused, trying to get it done before I.
Don't get yourself in trouble. It's fine.
Yeah, no, not worth it. But yeah, so I wasn't watching anything. I just had the music cranked and just focused, and but I heard a lot.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people talking.
Yeah, the news that it was coming to Switch was like, that was. There isn't anything else like that on that console right now. Splatoon 2, I think, is the closest to like a competitive type shooter. So it was cool to see that Paladins was, and then Fortnite announced afterwards.
Yeah,
too, like, pretty cool.
So funny that I had to find out from you that it was actually on there, because again, just went over my head. I saw it in the emails a while back, and then.
Well, I don't know. Do you want to go around the horn and just like get our favorite E3 impressions and see what you like the most? Let's do that. Luke, what was your favorite part of E3 this year?
I have a list of favorite things of E3. I gotta pick one of them.
You can pick a couple. We can just start with you.
A couple?
Yeah.
Okay. I ended up actually watching the Microsoft press conference this year.
They killed it.
For a surprise. I didn't think I'd be into it at all, but they had some fantastic titles announced.
Yeah. They acquired some studios, which is what they need to do.
Yep. But I've never like really gotten into any of the Metro games at all, even though they're like first-person shooter, post-apocalyptic. Like they just scream a loot game. But Metro Exodus looked fantastic. The trailer was awesome. The art style, the guns, everything seemed really cool about it. And the way they presented the last game was phenomenal. Phil Spencer was out there talking about, just giving a recap of everything. And then like mid-sentence, everything ends. And up on the display is just this red text command line. It's like someone's hacking into the system. And then this video plays of this super futuristic punk world RPG. And there's like no like super big details about it, but it's just captured me. Cyberpunk 2077 from CD Projekt Red, the same guys who made the Witcher series. Doing a first-person shooter RPG set in the future with like augmentation.
Yeah,
I cannot wait for that. That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
it definitely has that Blade Runner vibe to it.
Yeah.
The original Deus Ex is one of my favorite RPGs. I love the first-person shooter, cyborg, whole multiple storyline quests. And this seems to be just the next evolution beyond that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's gonna be awesome. It's been in development for a really long time. They've like, yep, we're still working on it. People always ask about it whenever they do like an AMA or anything, and yeah, it's cool to see.
I don't think anyone expected to see a trailer for it,
or that it would be a first-person RPG. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
so, yeah, that was kind of one of the surprise hits for me. Was a game I've never even heard of before, no expectations whatsoever, and then just seeing it, and I was blown away by that trailer.
It's pretty wild. Speaking of being blown away by trailers, Death Stranding is still a thing.
Yeah. I am super curious about this. I don't know what the hell it is.
I don't think anyone does. Do developers know?
Like the actors working on it, they're just like, I don't know, man. You know, like he's a genius. You know, like Hideo Kojima, he's a smart dude, so he knows. He seems to know.
Yeah.
This trailer told us some more things. Like there are these invisible, I don't know, like Dementor kind of monsters flying around, and they seem to aid you when they touch you. So that probably almost explains the baby that Norman Reedus is carrying around.
The best thing to come out of this trailer. The best thing to come out of this trailer is the nickname that people are giving this game, which is Norman Reedus and the Fetus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's all right. That's pretty all right.
Pretty good. Norman Reedus and the Fetus. Yeah. From now, all I can tell is that it sure is a game. Sure does exist.
Yep.
Sure has people in it.
If there was ever a walking simulator, it's this so far. Because the trailer is 95% Norman Reedus walking.
Yep. Yeah, Kojima got turned loose from Konami, and Sony. It seems like they just said, here's a bunch of money. You just do whatever you want to do, and this is what's happening.
To just
so
make your weird shit happen. And...
Yep.
All right. It's not too bad. What about you, Brian? What stuck out to you?
Not a whole lot of new things.
Yeah.
I got to see a little more Dragon Quest XI, which I'm already all in for. There's a game called Sable. It looks like I'm not sure what, possibly an action RPG. Just the art style really, really stood out to me.
When I saw that trailer play, I was like, that is a Brian game. I don't know what it is, but it is a Brian game.
There's a speeder and there's sand dunes, and like I said, I can't really tell what kind of game it is, but it's very visually striking.
Yeah,
it's got a real Mobius feel to the art style.
Cool. Huh. Wow.
Yeah, let's see.
I didn't catch this one. Pretty cool.
I saw a little more of Ooblets.
Ooblets.
Yeah, you were excited for that one.
I am. It's it's like if they smashed I don't know, Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing together with Pokemon. It just looks like just a terribly colorful, pleasant world. Your little mans don't fight; they have dance competitions.
Okay.
And there's farming, and there's a lot of little dudes to collect. So
it looks like the Japanesest thing that I've ever seen.
Yeah, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Fine.
Oh,
Double Fine Studios, huh? Huh. Wow.
So yeah,
Mushroom people and
I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I'm in for it. Whatever it's gonna be.
Double Fine is one of my developers that I want to love the most. Like,
they take some chances.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think I mention it every time they come up, but Brutal Legend is like the game I just wanted to. It was so close to being
half
like
of that
a
game
perfect
was
game
so
for me.
amazing.
Yeah.
They're like, let's put a real-time strategy game in this.
Yeah, let's just
What?
lose
No, I
Tyler
don't want that.
entirely. Yep. Yeah, looks interesting. Looks very interesting, Brian.
You ever
Yeah,
play
the other
Gang Beasts
thing.
published by 'em?
No. Gang Beasts? Is that what
Gang
it is?
Beasts. A little party game is basically your mascots beat the shit out of each other.
Like,
Throw
Yeah,
each
the
other in
controls
front.
are like aren't the controls real wonky and kind of hard to
Yeah,
manage? That's where the hook is.
Yeah, it's kind of the charm of it.
Yep.
I usually just like grabbing onto somebody and then just hitting the other trigger and just punching them.
It's the new Ori game. That
Yeah, that was the other Brian game I saw.
gosh,
Yeah, it's great art
Yeah.
style.
The other thing that surprised me was Don't Nod announcing a little freebie game set in the Life is Strange universe.
Oh yeah.
They didn't say anything about Life is Strange 2, but what's it called? The Adventures of Captain Spirit. That's a free game that's going to drop on the 26th.
Now, is it going to be like episodic to where like chapter 1 is free? Do we know that yet?
No, they haven't announced that. The impression I've gotten is that it's just going to be a little like standalone free thing. So I'm expecting just a couple of hours, probably like a single episode.
Right. Probably like a 2 to 3 hour game.
Yeah.
It's a cool concept. Just this little kid who dresses up like a superhero and uses his imagination to
he seems
do all
like
sorts of crazy shit. And
he's got some shit going on, and I think the costumes help him feel more brave. Like his dad seems like he's maybe in a bad way. He's like, Dad, you drinking beer? And he's like, I don't need my kid to tell me when to stop drinking.
Yeah, it was beer at breakfast with his
All
cereal.
right, I'm gonna go put my costume on.
Yeah, it's a cool concept, and I think if it goes over well, they'll probably introduce like a chapter 2 and charge for it, which is fine.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, first one's free.
or it could just be in kind of an advertisement for new Life is Strange.
Yeah, they said like the Life is Strange games are going to be set in a universe, but they're not all going to star the same characters, which is good because I don't want them to try to shoehorn the same characters into more games. That would be hella lame.
There it is.
For me, like the biggest, Bethesda's whole thing.
Say, do we just want to do Bethesda all at once? Cause
Bethesda had just
Bethesda's
a killer...
conference was fucking insane.
There's mountains, Tyler. There's just good-looking mountain ranges.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of.
Well, do we want to go there right away?
Well, okay. So first of all, Rage 2 was something that got leaked by Walmart, and Pete Hines got on stage and had this great joke where he was like, "Yeah, we're here to show you some games brought to you by our partners at Walmart Canada," and he's like, best known for their low prices and ability to keep a secret.
It was so good. Their comedy at that conference was great.
It was awesome. A weird open. Andrew WK opened the show with
Yeah,
this just ridiculous, over the top concert song thing.
No one in the audience gave a shit.
Yeah, it was weird. They'd pan around the audience and everyone's just sitting there.
Everyone's like, "What's this?"
Yeah, I had never heard of Andrew WK before, to be honest.
Same.
Well,
So it was weird, but hey, better than E3s, right? Or EAs.
Yeah, well, and what they were promoting was Rage 2, which was a game I thought I was going to hate, and I watched the trailer. It's really...
Yeah. Like, a sequel that no one asked for ever. It just got announced, and it looked phenomenal. That looked so fun. I don't know if they ever confirmed a co-op version, but if you could do co-op in this game, kind of like Borderlands, sign me up. This looks fantastic.
Yeah, I'm usually not into the whole post-apocalyptic worlds and stuff, but this one seems pretty neat, and like abilities and power-ups and stuff like that, where smashing the ground, doing like these echo attacks and making guys float up into the air and explode. I don't know. I'm kind of into it. Cool.
Yeah, it's very Mad Max with superpowers.
Yeah.
Which, what more can you ask for, really?
Yeah. It looks pretty. I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised by it.
Does anyone play the original Rage at all?
I have not.
No, I played for like a handful of hours. I got it free from some training site at a previous job, and I was like, "Yeah, it's a free game. I'll give it a shot." And yeah, it's all right. It's nothing to write home about, but I never thought I'd be sitting here talking about Rage 2.
It's coming. I don't know. I'm planning on checking it out now. I wasn't before, and
I think we were all ready to just shit on it.
yeah.
It's like, oh, Rage 2, like no one wants that. Come on, are you serious? And then
Bring out the Fallout.
midway through the trailer, we're like, okay, this looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does. Pretty cool. Running around this weird boomerang thing and cutting people apart with it, and just then I mean, was it Fallout 76 right after that, or did they wait on that? I can't remember.
Oh, I think they did Elder Scrolls Legends.
Oh yeah,
Doom.
they brought out somebody. Oh yeah, Doom Eternal. Just looks like, hey, we're bringing you more Doom. Hell on Earth. Sign me up. Like, that looks real cool.
It was a great trailer. I think everyone kind of expected it. The success of the relaunch of Doom was so fantastic. So looks good. I only played the demo for the new Doom. Fantastic, great music soundtrack with it. But
yeah,
I want to pick that up first. Hopefully on a Steam sale, get that for cheap and play it, and maybe check out Doom Eternal.
They announced some more Prey DLC coming. Cool that they're still supporting that game.
Yep. The Moon one's out already. I saw some streamers playing it.
Cool.
Look pretty cool. It's almost like you have to pick a class and you have to go through this storyline, and the longer you're into the world, the more difficult it gets. And it just, the difficulty ramps up and up and up, and then you die and you have to start all over again. So
different every time. Yeah.
It's more like a roguelike.
Cool. Yeah, they announced an Elder Scrolls mobile game.
Blades,
yeah. That doesn't seem good. It's not the Elder Scrolls I want, but it's something. Hey, it's a thing. You can
I read a review that said it was actually pretty good.
I read one that said it wasn't.
Oh, okay. So mixed reviews.
Mixed reviews. I feel like it's, it'll be neat to be able to get your little Elder Scrolls fix on your phone or wherever, but not how Howard got out there and was talking about how they want to bring this to everything and have it run on VR and every console and PC, phones, and I don't know.
And Alexa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a really great joke about bringing Skyrim to Amazon Alexa, and it turns out that that's real. It actually does work, and you go through like this, like almost text-based voice adventure on your Amazon Alexa. Yeah. But
I really, actually, honestly, truly want to get one, just so I could test it out and try it.
I eat all the cheese wheels. Fallout 76 looked awesome. Like, we now know a little bit more about what that game actually is. Seems like it is a always online multiplayer rival game.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know.
The community for Fallout is so split on this. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've been following Reddit for the past few days, and you've got the diehard Fallout fans that are like, "This is garbage. Bethesda betrayed me.
Right.
I hate Todd Howard."
Hashtag not my Fallout.
And then you've got people who are like, "This is the most RPG Fallout has been since Fallout 2. It's going to be the best thing ever." And people were totally into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fallout 76, 25 years after the bombs fell, set in the storyline, and you're the first Vault to be released, and you have to make your way in West Virginia.
I can say that this is the first Fallout game that I've actually been excited for. Period. Like, that whole world doesn't really do anything for me usually, and I don't know, being able to go through it with friends, with a focus on survival, that sort of thing, that's a big selling point. And the world is not in quite a state of absolute ruin. Like there's still some beauty to be found in these forests.
they were
and
It's
mountains
not
smart
and
just
about
all
stuff.
this.
brown and gray.
Yeah, for sure.
So by picking West Virginia, they picked an area that has a lot of tie-ins with like secret government installations, like secret bunkers, but wouldn't have been attacked by nuclear bombs because it's not populated. There's no significant importance to it in many ways. But they've also made different zones to where some areas will be more desolate and destroyed, and then you've got some mountain regions which are green. So they were very smart about picking this area just for that very reason.
Most interesting thing that I found out about it, I watched, if you get a chance, both of the Bethesda documentary clip put out past week are fantastic. There's one on Bethesda in general, and then one specific making of talking about the decision to make so that there are no human, and every human that you come in contact with will be another player. So yeah, like there's not going to be a merchant to sell your stuff to sell to other players that decide that they want to.
If you see a raider, you know it's a human.
It's a person, yeah. So I think they did say that they have like some of the ghouls are more advanced in guns and things like that, but they'll be mutant.
You can easily tell that they're a ghoul.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. It looks cool.
Yeah, I'll be picking it up. I want to get into beta so bad and try it out, see what it's like.
Brian, you even said that you're on record as not digging these types of games, but this might be one that you can get into.
Yeah, it seems like they've sanded off the sharper edges, which is something that might scare a lot of people away. But the idea of your base being destroyed when you're not online, that was always like, no, hard pass. I'm not going to put work into something and be like, oh, I guess I lost it while I was at work today.
Mm-hmm.
So this doesn't do that, and apparently like PvP is something that you toggle.
Yeah, it seems like something that you have to kind of decide that you.
Right.
Yeah, I think if it's done right, that could be super fun. My only concern was like, there's the only game that I can think of that I've played where you can kind of do that on the fly is Grand Theft Auto 5, and it leads to some really awkward stuff where people will just switch to passive mode all of a sudden, and like so you'll be chasing a guy and now he's not able to attack me.
Yeah, I would think you'd want to cool down on that or something. Like if you take a shot at someone, it's got to be like a minute or two before you can
Before you
put
can
your hands up.
passive mode.
Yeah.
So hopefully they have all that planned out. Yeah, it looks pretty. And then of course the
Starfield?
oh yeah, we didn't talk about
Starfield,
Starfield. Right? Yeah, they did. They talked about Starfield after that. That's Bethesda's next game. All we really know is space.
Yeah, RPG in space. I've heard rumors it's supposed to be kind of their take on Mass Effect.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, do you think it'll be RPG like Fallout and Skyrim, or Fallout and the Elder Scrolls?
Seems like a safe bet. That's kind of what they do.
It's kind of their thing is first person, but I mean, they could easily go third person on it, and it doesn't make that much of a difference.
I mean, in the more recent games, you can kind of play it both.
Yeah, you can toggle it easily.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what that is. Mass Effect thing, whether it plays like that or not, there's definitely a hole in space fantasy games area right now, with
especially with Andromeda flopping so hard.
Yep.
Like I think a lot of people are going to be like, there's that niche market to fill.
Yeah. There's a vacuum.
Vacuum of space.
Hold on, Brian. And we did get the reveal that Elder Scrolls 6 is a thing. So
Yeah.
I had
Was it more reveal or just more of a, hey, yes, you know we're making it, we'll confirm it, get off our back?
they pretty much up until now though they've been saying flat out, hey, we're not ready to talk about it yet. We're not ready to say anything. You know,
Yeah, what I've heard was, yeah, it's a long ways away.
which still
And
probably
I
is.
believe-
it's still a long ways away.
Was that Brian?
I believe them when they tell me that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, their timeline is supposed to be Fallout 76, Starfield, and then Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, and I feel like they dropped it a couple times in there that these are next gen. We might not even be seeing.
Mhm.
When
I'm
we start
expecting
seeing new
Starfield
hardware.
in 2020 and Elder Scrolls in 2022.
It's hard to think about. It's hard to wrap my mind around 2020 anything.
Right. Like waiting 4 years for a game to come out.
What about you, Zach? Anything super excited from E3 that we haven't talked about yet?
Not that we haven't covered.
Yeah.
I was pretty excited about the Cyberpunk
Yeah.
That's
and,
awesome.
Sea of Thieves stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be. Got some cool stuff coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those are coming soon. The Sea of Thieves DLCs,
Yeah.
like July and September, I think they
Yeah,
said.
it's
Uh-huh.
crazy.
So
Yeah. Curse sales in July, so looking at about 2 to 6 weeks it'll be out.
Need to get back to it. I'm a little less busy.
yeah,
Well, at least you're not like falling behind. It's all cosmetic upgrades, so
Yeah.
that's one of the cool things about Sea of Thieves is you can take a break and not fall behind other players. So
Yep. That's one of the things I liked about that game. So wasn't a power grind.
yeah, exactly.
level playing.
I
field.
was just having fun. It's like, man, it's been a while since I've had that feeling in a while.
Video games are fun.
Just
What?
enjoying
I'm not-
myself.
Unlock it.
And it was cool just like loading in and it was like, oh, I'm on an island. Oh, there's my ship. What do? Well, I'm just gonna go sailing.
Yep.
All right. See a sail in the distance, like, all right, sink him.
I'm telling you, he's gonna fit in just fine.
Yeah. I like that mentality.
Man, I've had some fun moments in that game. It's been awesome.
Good stuff. Well, man. Trying to see here. Let's go over some of the other news that we mentioned this earlier, but Fortnite players were in for a rude awakening this week when they tried to play on the Switch. If they played on a PS4 previously. I saw from there's a joke account for Kaz Hirai, the former CEO of Sony, something like, "Hey, we announced another exclusive this week, another PS4 exclusive. Your Fortnite account."
That's
like,
pretty good.
damn.
Wrecked.
That's pretty. But yeah, so I don't know, man. Seems like a weird weird limitation, but you associate your Fortnite account with a PS4, I guess you're not playing on Switch. So. Create a new account, start from scratch.
That's
Anything-
like really weird. Like I'm assuming all the paid stuff wouldn't transfer over then. All the
Still.
loot boxes.
Loot, all the
That
anything you've
sucks.
unlocked, currency you've purchased, all staying on the PS4. Yeah, bummer.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
No.
I scroll down and the tweet just says
First-
"fuck you." So
First thing I see.
there you go. You heard it. Heard it here first. Hey, Brian, you want to talk about the patch for Detroit Become Human?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so minor spoiler for Detroit Become Human. There's an android lady what runs your menus for you And after you finish the game, you have the option to like free her, release her, which is on theme with the whole message of the game. And it turns out players kind of missed her and liked having an android slave around, so the last patch made it so you can bring her on back.
Well,
She's still free, but she's working for you.
It's a clone of her, so
Right,
it's just
right.
a new model. So the one that you freed is still out there.
Oh well,
You
then
just
there's not even a problem.
Got
the seal on a new one and had her delivered.
Yeah, that's a different thing altogether.
Yeah. So
He tries. They try so hard.
Yeah. There you go. Get your Chloe back.
Yeah.
Let her go. You know what they say, if you love something, let it go, and if it doesn't
Make
come
a new
back,
one.
just buy a new one. There you go. And well, what is this here, Brian? You got another playlist in? Oh, that's the
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, well, is there anything I missed in E3 that you guys want to talk about? Pretty much covered it, I think.
Yeah, I think we covered most of the things. There's some new Don't Starve content coming that I'm kind of into.
Yeah, Hamlet, they call it.
Yeah.
Oh, they know their audience.
Because pigs, yeah.
Yeah, the little pig people.
Yeah. Pig City, some caves,
Well, I think that's going to pretty much wrap up the show, guys. Oh. Pretend I didn't just play the It's a Topic theme, because we don't have a topic this week. Pretend instead that I played the outro music like I'm supposed to. Man. Well, this has been great. Zach, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks,
It's been a
man,
pleasure to
for
have
having
you. You're welcome anytime.
Anytime I visit.
Or, we get you on Discord. We can bring
true.
you anytime you feel like
Again,
coming in
same
and talking.
time zone.
Yeah, for sure.
Makes things very easy.
Well, thanks to everyone who joined us. You can find the show every week at questlogcast.com. Catch it live on Saturdays at twitch.tv/questlogcast. Follow us on Twitter at questlogcast. And you can email us. Send us your questions. Send us your topic you want us to talk about. Do that at mail@questlogcast.com. Big thanks to Visitor for all the music that you hear on the show. Find more of Visitor's stuff at visitor.bandcamp.com. That's gonna do it for me. Everybody, have a great week. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's
out
Day.
there.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right, have a good one.
See ya.
Good night.